Good evening, good people of the interwebs. I'm the Tenkaichi of gaming, and this is another edition of Izzy Reviews. Tonight I will be reviewing the one game that I recently beaten, in which was a request that I tried out, and the name and the title of the game is called To the Moon, Episode 1. Now, To the Moon is about a story by the name of, with the doctors by the names of Dr. Eva and Dr. Neil. Now, both Eva and Neil have a client in which, by the way, his name is John, and his last wish is to go to the moon. Throughout the course of the story, they find out that there are bits and pieces of his memory that are jumbled up. And by the end of the tale, they find out very shocking about it. Well, I have to say, after doing 9 parts of the entirety of the game, and mind you, they're all 3, and mind you, the game goes into 3 acts. I have to say that it has been the most interesting yet emotionally charged game I've ever played. To the point in which I have to say I actually cried. The music, dare I say, the music just really got to me. The story not only did it for me, but the music as well, because the music is so beautiful, so hauntingly beautiful. You could not, I mean, you could not help but listen to it. Now, as I mentioned before, at the end of the last part of the game, that you can buy the game and the soundtrack together, or you can buy them separately. Now, when I bought To the Moon, it was for $3, and that was during the Steam summer sale. And I got it out of a suggestion. Thank you, Shana. In which I was told that this game would drive me to tears. There was going to be some times that I was going to need some Kleenex and whatnot. And actually, to be honest, I did cry. I cried at the end because the ending was, well, somewhat bittersweet, and at the same time, I had feelings just welling up inside me the entire time that I was at the final parts of the game. I didn't even realize I was at the final part of the game until I'm like, oh, this is what happens. But I can tell you, the insert song that was reaching the very end of the game actually made me choke. I had a few tears. I had a few tears shedding when I was actually finishing the game, rather. And well, I have to say, when I couldn't really explain what was going on at the time the credits were rolling, I was actually crying. The only reason why you heard sniffling was I was trying to hold it in. I was trying to hold my tears in the entire time of the recording. But, you know, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and, well, I did cry at the end. I cried during the credit crawl. I'll just say it like this. It's a game that basically, it has more story than anything. There are a few parts in which you will have to solve slider puzzles, and slider puzzles are fairly simple. You could possibly do them in about 2-3 minutes, depending on how good you are. And I went through the slider puzzles, in which, you know, they're basically like, they cover up. You know, they don't go like, you know, one piece, but you just go straight up, down, and diagonal. But like I said, that was a good, and you know, to me, that's a good mental challenge for me. You know, a slider puzzle like that, in which you just flip everything across the board. It was rather good. And of course, like I said, the story is emotionally charged. So, for those who have actually played through the game, for those who have actually played through the game and actually beaten it, kudos. For those who want to try it, you can try it for yourself. It's about, I believe, $5 on Steam. I might be wrong. It might be $5 or maybe a little higher than that. But if you want the soundtrack, you can also buy that on Steam. For that, it also goes for, I believe, $5. But together, what I do know is that I believe that the game and the soundtrack together are about $13. So, now I want to point this out because there are many people out there who are quite fickle with games. But I will say this: if you like a good story, buy the game. Just like I recommended on Steam, because I did recommend this game on Steam. But I am recommending this in person. If you like a good story, buy it. If you want it because of the music, buy that too. Or you want a little something different in your repertoire, you can buy that too. Now there are a few funny moments in the game, but that's what's so great about this game. It doesn't feel like it's a game, but it's more like you're reading a novel more than anything. Almost like real myth, except that you know that you're going through someone's mind instead of just going through a world. You're just going through someone's mind. Now there have been some moments that made me go, oh shit. But I enjoyed them nonetheless. And really, I actually do look forward to doing episode 2 whenever it does come out on Steam. Because yes, there is an episode 2 in which Ken Gao, the creator of the game, says that there's going to be an episode 2. When that happens, it'll be known. But for now, get episode 1 up to the moon. Like I said, try it, like it, play it, then continue on with it. Other than that, it's really up to your decision. You know, your own discretion. Play it at your own risk. Play it at your own leisure. And with that, I really can't say much else. I mean, after all that has happened, I probably needed a good cry, because there were parts in the game in which I could say I had those moments I wanted to cry, because it was sort of personal. It felt, to me, it felt personal, because the story kind of felt personal to me anyway. I don't know about other people, but to me it felt very personal, and I felt some sort of deep-rooted connection about it. So that in itself is kind of reason why I did it. I mean, the original reason was because I did it originally because there was a death in Sheena's family, and I dedicated this game to her late grandfather. But I want to expand on that and say I did this game not only for one person, but I did it for anybody who has ever dared to dream, who always wanted to follow it, who always wanted to be what they can be instead of, going the road that should have been, going the road that should have been, and going the road that could have been. There's could have been and should have been. I have to say, because of this game, I'm on the road where I need to be. Not should have been, not could have been, but the road I need to be. And it's a path that I can say I'm glad I'm walking, despite all the hardships, despite all the hardships and the naysayers out there. Because even in a small group like the RCO, there's going to be naysayers. There's going to be people who say, well, this will happen and that will happen. But hey, I can get through it. I can get through anything, any kind of hardship that will befall me, and I can make it out. So To the Moon has taught me that much, and of course, like I said, it drove me to do such things as look up Wikipedia about what PDD is. So, like I said, this game just drove me to doing things that I wouldn't do otherwise. But it's a great game to try out for yourself if you just want something that will just basically just have you just sit there and, for what it's worth, you just want to sit there and just play a good game that you could basically have a good cup of tea or coffee with, depending on what you drink. But it is one of those kind of games that you just want to sit down and play, or just take your mind off, or however it is. But as a recommendation, yes, I recommend you try To the Moon for yourself. It's RPG-ish without the RPG. It's not like Radical Dreamers, which is just a text-based adventure, but it is something more to it as far as emotions go. So, again, if you have Steam, look it up, try it for yourself, and of course, like I said, there are reasons why you should try it. Don't try it because of what the naysayer... don't try it because I say you can try it. Try it for yourself. I'm only recommending and handing out a suggestion. that, you know, you try it for yourself and see how you like it. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that has been my review about the King Gao created game. Yes, that's his name, King Gao. To the Moon. I'm looking forward to seeing episode 2 and possibly in episode 3 if there is going to be one. So, with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Until next time that I decide to do whatever it is that I plan to do, this is Tenkaichi Gaming saying, keep on gaming, God bless, and of course, Tenkai Muso!